Well, it's no secret this recent spell of wildfire smoke is terrible for our lungs and our health. Not just humans, though. For the first time, we're finding out it's affecting Mother Nature, too. Some researchers at Colorado State University made an accidental discovery that shows us what happens to plants when wildfire smoke blankets across the state. Our Denver sister station, KUSA, explains.
The scientific method starts with an idea and a question.
What were you initially seeking to do? What question were you trying to answer in the beginning of all this?
Originally, we went out to the Rocky Mountain forest to try and understand how plants emit volatile organic compounds. So those are all those chemical compounds that make a pine forest smell like a pine forest.
Delphine Farmer is a professor at Colorado State University and was just starting this research into air pollution in our forests back in 2020.
What were the conditions when this all started?
So you could see a haze and you could smell that campfire smell. And so we knew exactly what was happening, and so did the plants.
Photos show the Woodland Park research site on clear days and smoky days. As fires raged across the state that summer, Delphine's research team stumbled onto something else.
As soon as the smoke hit, my students called me and they were really puzzled about what to do because the plants just weren't responding. They weren't opening up and what we can think of as breathing.
So plants have pores?
Yep.
It's not just teenage us, like plants also have pores.
Yeah, plants have these little pores and they hold gas. They just would not open up those pores, and so they would not photosynthesize. And that tells us two things. One is that the plant is responding to the smoke in a very strong way. And two, that wildfire smoke exposure might actually stop plants from photosynthesizing and growing.
The trees were essentially holding their breath to avoid the smoke.
I think that these accidental discoveries are part of the joy of science, and in particular, environmental science.
An accidental discovery, but perhaps even more important.
Wildfire conditions are common in Colorado, so what do we do with this information?
I think this tells us that we need to think about ways to mitigate wildfire smoke. Those wildfire smoke events, they're not just impacting human health, but they are impacting obviously the plants and ecosystems that are burning, but the areas around them, and they're going to impact agriculture in the region as well.
Well, not only did researchers find the plants were holding their breath, but when the smoke let up, they found the plants would sort of belch out the leftover smoky gases. They wrapped up this research project, and now they're looking at crops, corn specifically, to learn about the smoke impacts.